Eventually, we all come to this realization of the beauty in watching birds. 2025 has been my quote-unquote awakening in this wildlife space to start capturing more photography and videography of wildlife. One bird that has eluded me at times in this pursuit of birding has been the American bald eagle. All right, cool. Trying to get organized. I know it's been a minute. Welcome back. I've made many mistakes within my photos, videos, and still do. I try to learn from those mistakes, but I find myself at times, at least in this awkward space of trying to find the appreciation within the imperfections that comes along with our evolution. Meaning that if I take a bad photo or do some bad footage and whatnot, trying to reevaluate that and asking myself the question, like, why do I see this as just slop? Or no, just kidding. Like, why do I see the imperfections within this photography? And I have this theory on why that is, and I think it comes down to the visual aesthetics in regards to what we consume as far as with social media. Like, we see like a lot of art, content, etc. that's out there, and a lot of times we just get this picture of what perfection is, and we internalize that, consciously, subconsciously, in regards to what it should look like. And I think that we need to have a little bit more leniency on how we're, approaching this, essentially. I do want to get these bald eagles real quick this morning. I want to see if they're still there. I have to get gas this morning because I'm making a trip. Making my way downtown. Okay, they're still there. One's still up there. I see it. You can see it from this light over here. One's still up there, which is great. Cool for me. I'm gonna have to park off on the side, little old abandoned building park lot area. Want to spill my coffee? All right, cool. Hurry up and get my camera out before it takes off this morning. Make sure I put it in the park. Let's go. When I found these bald eagles, I was definitely excited about this. I was like, oh wow, like I can really just set up shop and really record, film, photo, everything you can think of in that situation to just really capture this experience. And yeah, I was met with some challenges. Mainly, the main challenge I would say is just within the proximity of this 5G tower, there are business buildings around it, and they're always occupied. I was able to, find a couple spots where I was able to, capture some images. Now, they weren't the best spots to be able to, grab some photos and film there, but what I will say is that sometimes you have to take what you can get. That in each spot that I was at, I felt like I couldn't get a comfortable pocket of exposure to help, bring out my composition like I wanted it to. And that was something that was a little bit, that was a little bit frustrating, I would say, which led me to believe like this just isn't good enough as far as like what I wanted to just create. And I felt like I started to see this unique minimalistic composition within the two subjects that I was highlighting in this instance. That seemed like an odd couple or a fusion between nature and tech. But that's the thing though. I started to explore that concept of nature and tech. And I think at that moment, that's where I began to start appreciating the elements of the concept more so than, how does my colors, composition look like? Like, granted, that does matter, but I was, overly focused on that to where I couldn't see in front of me to what I was experiencing. I think that one of my favorite photos that I liked the most was of the bald eagle on the 5G tower, but the way the lighting was, it just, the lighting, well, more so the backlighting, I would say, it was like wrapping around the bald eagle shape, and it had this like glow to it. And I don't know, it just really gave a cinematic look. And I can see how this particular shot is going to have its imperfections. Obviously, it's not going to be perfect. I'm not in a controlled setting, but I will say is that truly enjoyed it. Like, this is one of my favorite shots out of all the shots that I took throughout my experience for the last few weeks with this bald eagle. I think for me, what I'm learning or still learning is really to manage my expectations within this creative space. Coming to the revelation that nothing's going to be perfect, but seeing that imperfections adds value to the creative approach. As always, continually appreciate the process. Catch you guys on the next one. Deuces. Yes, sir. I'm glad I do this one again. Glad I re-recorded it, get everything out. This is longer, but here we go. All right.